If you want to see me create my first look using the August quad of the month, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène and welcome. I am so happy to be digging into this quad finally. We're at the very, very end of August and I'm finally cracking into it. It has been a heck of a month, but at least I'm still in the month of August, so I'm pretty happy about that. If you will recall, if you have seen the intro for this video, if you haven't, I will put it right there for you. We have 4 shadows, a couple from Touch of Glam Beauty. We've got Clionadh Cosmetics in here as well. So lots of goodies in here. And I'm not going to use all of the shadows today. I am thinking of using these 3. That is what I am interested in trying to use today. In the crease, to deepen things up, and then on the inner to 2/3 of the lid. I think that that's what I'm going to do. And I am resisting using this beautiful multi-chrome, which I am saving for my second look. You know how they say, keep the best for last? The multi-chrome is going to be super exciting for me to use, and so I'm being good and I'm creating the other look I was thinking of for this quad, not the one I'm most excited about. You know, it's a good thing. Delayed gratification. It's all right. We will do another look with this quad for sure. And I'm going to use a green in the crease, so Bramble in the crease, because of my great experience using Mantis from the Tiny Marvels palette from Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson. If you want to see that video, I will put it right there as well. It was such a good experience. I'm getting more bold with greens, because I think for my eye color and everything, green does not always work out super well, but this will be fine. So this is the one I'm going to use right away, Bramble. And I keep forgetting that when I use these quads, I don't have a mirror, so let me go get one of those. Okay, there we go. I am all set. And let's get to applying Bramble. And it's going to be a pretty quick look, so I'm going to do both eyes at the same time. I put my base shade, which is Wheat from the Smashbox Matte Exposure, which is the palette I'm panning. I put that on a few hours ago, and so there's almost none of it left for some reason. I must have rubbed my eyes or something. But it is what I like to use underneath all the shadows. I find that it helps the shadows glide onto the lid and not stick too much. I don't normally put eyeshadow on a sticky base unless it's on the inner to center lid, where I'm really trying to make sure that there's a lot of impact. That's pretty just as is, isn't it? Okay, some more. I'm going in. I'm filming today, but truth be told, I am really feeling rough these days. I am not sleeping. I'm waking up at all hours, and my body is feeling it. I'm having abdominal pain and sinus pain. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just not a very happy camper. But the show must go on, as we say, and it's better to be focused on something as opposed to just feeling miserable, right? At least in my books. Okay, now that I've got the crease taken care of, I'm going to take my angled brush from Sephora. Oh, and that first crease brush was from Quo. It's a very fluffy crease brush. I'm going to go in with that same color on the angled brush. I'm going to start on this side this time. Just dragging the color below the lash line, essentially on the outer lid. Just picking up the kick up because there's quite a bit of kick up on Bramble. I do quite enjoy Clionadh mattes. Actually, I like all Clionadh shadows, if I'm being real. And I think I'm going to put, even though it's going to be covered up probably, I'm going to just put some green on the lid as well, because I just feel like it. Just to see what it looks like in case I want to use something similar in a future look. I could be one and done with this shadow. It looks pretty good. Oh, and if you see anything shiny here, I have Sunrise, which is a highlighter from the Dream Glow kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I put it there knowing I was going to use Bramble, and I think it looks pretty good. I feel like I went a little bit far down with Bramble, so I'm just going to soften it up on both sides. Okay. Now, I want to go in with Taboo, which is this color right here, the very deep aubergine. And I'm going to go into the outer crease and outer lid with that color. And for that purpose, I'm going to use this shader brush from Smashbox called the Full Coverage Shadow Brush. And just picking up some shadow. And I'm going to just deposit it nicely and gently. So it is pretty deep as a color. So I'll do the lid first and then take it up into the crease. I hope I'm not coming down with something, because I'm just feeling really crappy. And no, I'm paying attention to COVID symptoms. I'm not having those at the moment. I was pretty sick back in March. I think I may have had it, but that was before they were really allowing you to get tested, which drove me nuts. I tried to get tested 3 times and I couldn't at that time, at that point. And when I did finally get tested, which was a couple months after I was recovered, of course I tested negative because it had been a couple months since I'd been recovered. All right, so that is looking very grungy, isn't it? What am I going to do? I think I'm going to take it down on the lower lash line, just on the edge of the brush, and just like a fat liner on the outside, and then just diminishing the depth of it as I go in. Okay, a little bit more. I am not at my best today. I definitely know that. So my apologies. This is what I'm like with half night's sleep for a week straight. I think that's quite pretty. I'm just going to drag it up as well, just to crease the, or do the lift of the eye. And I think I'm going to deepen it a little bit more on the outer lid. And the fluffy brush again from Quo. Looks like I'm going to go back and forth with those two, mostly because I'm raising my eyebrows and it's giving me the wrong position for the shadow. I do that a lot. Do you do that? You raise your eyebrows and then all of a sudden the shadow's in the wrong spot? Well, it's going to look like a bruise until I take care of the inner to center lid. So let's do that right now. I'm not going to duplicate it. I'll do that off camera. You don't have to hear me ramble for 2 eyes fully. So we'll do the fun stuff. So we're going to go into this one, which is a Touch of Glam Vivids called Cleopatra's Crown. It's so beautiful. And I'm going to use my pyramidal brush, the multitasker brush from Smashbox. I'm going to go in it just to go into the very, very inner lid, and then I'm probably going to use my finger for the rest. So I've got just a little bit on the brush, and hopefully I won't make a mess. My lipstick is really not going to go with this look. We'll fix that once we're done. I went a little ham with the Tarte Exposed liquid lip, and so it's there for sure. Okay, that's a good start. Getting my finger covered with it, and let's really go to town on that yellow. Wow. Well, that took care of the deep nature of the outer lid, didn't it? I'm going to go all the way. Why not? That was a little much. I even got it to the outer lid here. Oh well. Nothing this can't fix. Okay. I'm happy with that. I'm going to do a little cleanup right here. Thank goodness for Q-tips. Some people clean that off with a brush. I have no idea how they do it. I can never do it unless it's a Q-tip. So that is very glittery. And if I were to do that again, I would probably use glitter glue under Cleopatra's crown. I'm just going to try to intensify the corner without causing glitter all over. I'm pretty happy with that. I think it looks really, really nice. And yeah, I'm going to do the other side, and then we can talk about finishing touches. I am thinking of using these 2 pencils. So this one is one that I just showed recently in a very small Urban Decay haul. I'll put that video right there. And it is the Jolt liner, again from Urban Decay, as I just mentioned. And I think that this in the lower waterline to go with the upper lid might be kind of nice. And on my lower lash line, I'm going to use Empire, which is a very, very deep purple that I think is going to go well with the deep purple on the outer lid, on the upper outer lid. And well, actually I have some on the lower lash line as well, as you know. So those are the 2 liners I'm going to be applying. I did already apply, I had first off on the upper waterline Perversion, which is a black, intense black liner from Urban Decay, and then I reapplied, and I wasn't looking for my Perversion liner because it's about this big and not quite sure where it is. I chose to just reapply black liner with my Zero pencil, again from Urban Decay. And on the upper lash line, I think I'm going to apply my Maybelline Eye Studio, which I revived recently. And we'll finish up with some Lancôme mascara. So that is, and the mascara is Définicile. So that is my plan overall. And like I said, I'm thinking of doing all of this on camera. So let's go right away with this one, the Empire, on the lower lash line. Let's try not to get hair in my eye. That's on the waterline, Hélène. I might make it a little bit challenging to put Jolt in. We'll see what happens. I'm just messing around today. I'm not going anywhere. And so it's kind of fun to just play with colors. Okay, now I'm going to use this one a little bit closer because, actually I'll use a mirror that I was using for my eyeshadow. This is a little 9-pan magnetic palette from Tarte, and I really, really like it. Just so light and easy to use for a mirror. If you don't have one, you know, a mirror accessible in the palette you're using, it's pretty good. And I'm going to attempt to put that in the waterline. It makes you cringe, look away. I'll tell you when I'm done. Now that is not working at all. No, it is not working at all. So Empire took over. Empire Strikes Back. Empire took over. I think I'm going to try to do it just off camera here. I'm going to try to dry my waterline and see if I can apply it. Okay, so I am back, and I'm hoping that you can see Jolt on the lower waterline. I ended up going back and forth. My hand is a mess because I kept wiping the liner off. I made a mistake. So first off, I should not have put Empire on first. I should have gone for Jolt first. I might need to put a little bit of eyeshadow before I go in with the liner to make sure that the inner waterline is not wet so that it has a chance to set first. And I might consider putting a white liner down first before putting Jolt. And I mean, I had a feeling it might not work the way I wanted to, but that's the whole point of trying new things and to see. But I probably need to, so the yellow is more pronounced on this side, not so much on this side. I will try again once I'm off camera to put some more on the other side. But it worked on this side. I know it's possible. And then I reapplied Empire a little bit lower on each side to give room for Jolt. That's a really long explanation, but that's what happened. Okay, now I'm back to my mirror, and I'm going to be applying this pot liner from Maybelline. This is my Eye Studio. It is in Blackest Black. And I've got my little brow and liner brush here from, I think it's Essence. Yeah, Essence. It was $2 and it works just fine. So I'm going to go on the innermost lid. I'm just doing a very thin line. Obviously not as thin as if I were doing a brush tip, but that's okay. All right, keep going. I'm not going for a prize in precision here. Like I said, I'm just messing around. I have no one to impress today. And I'm going to be putting 2 coats of mascara, so that's fine. Okay, so that is one side done. I really went ham with liner today, but that's all right. Oops, went a little too far in. We'll clean that up after. A little too high here. My goodness. Please do not evaluate my makeup skills today. I'm a barely functioning individual who wants to play with shiny yellow things. Speaking of shiny, my husband helped me discover something 2 days ago, actually more than 2 days ago. He was picking my nail polish color, and I told him, "Oh, you can't pick that because it's a topper. It's not a main nail color. It would go over the color that you pick." And so he goes, "Oh, okay." So he picks up another nail polish which happened to be a hot fuchsia pink, and then I would put the topper on top. So the hot fuchsia pink, I don't remember the name of, but then Deborah Lippmann's I Put a Spell on You was going to be the topper. Well, I ended up thinking the next week, well, am I right or am I wrong? Can toppers not be used on their own? Well, let me show you. I am wearing this one today. And this one is the Ciate Moondust. And it is a topper. I put on 2 coats and it is perfectly opaque, looks great, and just putting it back. And I told my husband I owed him an apology because I was wrong. What I said was wrong. The toppers definitely do enhance a base color, but you can use them on their own as well. So I misled him. And so told him, and he couldn't care less, but at least my conscience is clear. And I am not a nail polish expert, and I learned something. So there you have it. And finishing up my first coat of mascara. And I think I'm going to use the same mascara on my lower lashes. Oops. Yikes. I was a little too close to the eye and I blinked. It is all sorts of struggles today. It really is. It just is. I promise it's not always this tough. If you haven't seen me do looks before. I just knew that doing a look with this quad was way overdue. And I will clean up what I messed up here. I just need things to dry before I go in and fix them. As I do another smudge here. Oh, this struggle is real. And this is just makeup. I really can't be tackling anything too hard today. I cut vegetables earlier. I'm surprised I didn't cut a finger off. Okay, so that's 1 coat on each side, and let's go and just enhance it a little bit with a half an additional coat on both sides, and then we'll take care of the lower lashes. I have glitter all over the place. Okay, and lower lashes. I am trying to finish up this mascara. I've had it since the holiday sets last fall. Okay. I'm going to use a Q-tip and clean up the last little bit that you see all over the place, and I'll be right back. This is the final look. I only did 2 more things while I was off camera. One of them was adding the Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray as my finishing spray, and I also decided to change my lip. So what I was wearing earlier was this Tarte Tartiste Exposed Liquid Paint, lip paint it's called, but it's a liquid lipstick from Tarte. And I had the Becca Topaz and Gilt, which is kind of a mauve-y with some purple and blue flecks in it, a lip gloss lip topper over top of Exposed, and then I decided to change that because I wasn't too keen on it and I didn't think it went with the look all that well. I decided to go for Marsala, which is a Bite Beauty liquefied lip, and it looks like this, and it is one of the lipsticks in my advent calendar project. I'll put that video right there. I think this looks pretty good. I think it looks way more put together than the other option that I had earlier. I'm pretty happy with that. Let me know what you think of the final look, despite the train wreck of an application process that it was today. And well, you know how my day has been going. How is your day going? Do you have a train wreck going on like mine today, or is your day going much better? Either way, I would love to hear from you. And with that, I will say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.